prudent, you can say, or you can say thoughtful. Okay. It created a shift in human perceptions and realization that Earth is now a sick planet with first declining health. That is decline. The concept of sustainable development, popularized in 1987 by the World Commission on Environment and Development, defines their efforts as development meeting the needs of the planet. See, development, but what kind of development? For the first time, sustainable development. A development, what is this? I think in EVS, environmental science, you have already or even in your science, in your previous class, you have had this word, phrase, that is sustainable development. What does it mean? A development where no harm will be occurred by us. A development through which the balance will not be disbalanced. The balance between the development, or you can say between the receiver and the giver, will not be harmed. That is sustainable development. This concept was taken for the first time 1987, and by whom? The World Commission on Environment and Development, without endangering the needs of the future generation. That is, we are not extracting, we are not consuming, we are not taking out all the things. We will take how much we need, how much we, that is our modern population, or the people of the whole world, how much we need, we will extract. That is, we will take out, and we will also try to keep for our next generation, so that a burned out and depleted earth is not left as a legacy. Okay. The author uses several references, অনেকগুলো examples দিয়েছে, and quotations in order to make us conscious of the critical problem of human population explosion. Okay. Creating a wide gap between the rich and the poor. It also shows us that the rich people are becoming rich and rich and rich, and while the poor we are living the poor in the same place, or even before the worst place. See, the author stresses the point that it must be collective effort. You and me, the only two or one and two people or persons, we cannot stop this one. We have to be collective. That is, we have to be united, and we have to be so thoughtful. We have to think, and our efforts should be in a united way. All of us, not for example, you can say, if we, all the students of our school, all the people of our state, even people of our country, we cannot say that. All of the people of the whole world, we can say the earth together. Okay. Because here you see, the Delhi is the most, I think the world's most, that is the world's worst place for air pollution, isn't it? Do you know this? And if you plant here, and if you plant here in another state, but not in Delhi, can we save Delhi? No. The same way, we cannot save the earth if we become so aware, and not the whole part of the rest part of the world. That's why it is said, okay, collective effort it should be to save our earth from poisonous pollution and destructions of flora and fauna. So I will stress some
attendance কি করে দেব?
attendance. I think from next class I will take some arrangement for your attendance. I can see who actually who are there in here in with me. I will give some questions and you have to prepare. Okay. After the class, I will give some question. Let me first discuss about the whole story. Uh, few phrases are there very much important. I think most of the phrases are faced by you. You have already faced these phrases. Green movement. I've told you green movement. The movement, Andolan, the propaganda, or the that is we say protest or rally, isn't it? For which, for the trees, for plants, for forest, in favor of the forest, in favor of the trees, save the trees. That is called green movement, and it was started for the first time in 1972 New Zealand. Okay, and what is the viewpoint of 2 marks question? You can prepare 2 marks question. What is the viewpoint of that? Is the describe the phrase holistic and ecological view. Okay, holistic and ecological view. That is the green movement has helped most world citizens conscious that we must shift to a holistic and ecological view of the world. That is a view of the world that demands preservation. Suppose we are cutting, what does it mean? We are cutting trees for our own need, but on the other hand, we are to plant trees. If we are increasing our need by cutting trees, having that using the forest land, we have to also create because we have to take a balance between these two things. View of the world that demands preservation and conservation of all that our planet Earth offers us. The vital signs of CCAT. The vital signs of the CCAT. What are the vital signs of the CCAT? As studied by scientists, individual components of the vital signs of the Earth, observation of our dynamic planet, storms, global melting of ice caps due to the global warming, I told you, forest fires, and occasionally it is seen in that is in Australia. See, it is seen occasionally. Right, Shumo, it is seen. We used to see forest fire in Australia and in the parts of that is America and Africa also. I think forest fire, and due to the fire, millions people have to move away from their own place. Millions people and millions animals, and a million numbers of animals are killed due to the forest fire. And these are vital signs of the CCAT. Forest fires, the greenhouse effect. This is very important term, greenhouse. We actually, I think, I'm quite sure, I think we are not so much clear about this phrase, greenhouse effect. That is, greenhouse means uh, we have no clear concept. You have to know this, but greenhouse effect. Where actually it is made in a greenhouse where it is very cold, a place where it is very cold, and but the sun is clear, the sunlight is clear, and to take the sunlight, we used to make a jar that is with glass, transparent glass, so that the heat from this type of glass you can see uh, in various places in Tripura or Agartala. That is a few flower pots, flower plants, so that the outer cold air or atmosphere cannot enter, and the hot or the warm atmosphere cannot go out. But the sunlight is very transparent. But in the same way, our Earth, there is also an atmosphere that is just like a blanket of air. The carbon dioxide is conserve, that is absorb the heat from the sunlight is absorbed by the carbon dioxide or CFC gases, and making our earth more hot. And but on the other hand, due to the atmosphere, it cannot go out directly, and it stays here, making the earth more hot. That is greenhouse effect. Sustainable development. I I have already mentioned this word. The world's most dangerous animal. See one phrase. There was one that is uh, see, if you do not, if you have not read this book or this story, can I make one question? Who, which animal is the most dangerous animal in the world? Can you say, according to you,
Humans.
which animal? Yes.
Humans.
How do you know? Even we actually we don't recognize ourselves as animal. Do you recognize yourself? Consider yourself as animal. In scientific way, we actually in biological way or scientific way, we also belong to the animal. And how we are the most dangerous animal? How that is
Sir, because
actually
we are harming the entire world.
not only harming. Actually, we are eating ourselves. We are eating ourselves means we are yes, we are spoiling ourselves. We are breaking our own house. We are breaking our own house, own existence, isn't it? And to prove this, and the author that there was in one zoo there was written the most dangerous animal, and there was a particular room, and it was written or making one arrow in this way, the most dangerous animal, and all of the tourists or visitors were very eager to see the most dangerous animal because to someone it may be the poisonous snake, to someone it may be the tiger, or maybe the elephant or blue whale, etc., etc. But they were very eager to see the most animal, and there there was only one, that is the glass mirror, and when one sees, it is found himself or herself, and that proves how we are harming our own earth. Unnamed living species actually is not so important one, but it is very clear, I think, and we know all the things. Unknown means a lots of thousands and thousands species of flora and fauna are there, which we haven't counted, we haven't taken under our the classification. Then the Brand Commission. The Brand Commission, one of the earliest commission dealing with the ecology and environment, had Mr. L.K. Jha, and eminent Indian as a member. That is the International Commission. The first Brand Commission report raised the question whether the human society would leave a burnt earth of spreading desert. That is, we are leaving the earth for our next generation as a desert or diminished greenery, barren landscape. You know, barren land. You know, these are barren land or
Yes, sir.
barren land. Which type of land?
Sir, a land where no
That
productive activities can be performed.
barren land. That is in our Bengali. I think actually, even I think it is very tough in Bengali meaning. I think you will laugh if I say the meaning. Potito bhumi, potito jomi. Even we are very acquainted with barren, not in potito bhumi, potito jala bhumi, potito jomi, isn't it? Barren land means a land where naturally, actually, grasses or trees or plants are not grown. Barren land. For the first time, in that commission, the International Commission for Environment and Ecology, the question was raised that are we going to leave a planet, the barren planet, that is a barren land, desert, diminished greenery, or seek environment as a legacy for succeeding generations. Or next generation জন্য আমরা এই ভূমি রেখে যাব. Fathers' principal biology system. According to Lester R. Brown in his book, The Global Economic Prospect, there are four main biological systems on the earth, namely fisheries, forests, grassland, and croplands that form the basis of the world economic system. Directly or indirectly, these were that way, making or using or consuming. You are making, producing, or consuming. In this way, or directly, or exporting or importing, doesn't matter. But in his book, R. Brown, in his book, that is the Global Economic Prospect, he points out four biological prospects, that is fisheries, forest, grassland, and croplands, that form the basis of the world economic system. Besides the supply of food, khabar chharao, these four systems provide almost all raw materials for industry, and exception key, and with the exception of minerals and petroleum derived synthetic products. From petrol, we get petroleum products, not petrol actually. One thing is petroleum, another petrol. From petroleum, that is the crude oil, we take several things. We get several things, that is petrol, diesel, kerosene, or that is bitumen, etc. I think, isn't it? And we also make synthetic fibers or synthetic products. Exception, because not from fisheries, even fisheries, forests, grassland, croplands, that is the minerals and petroleum derived synthetic products. These are exceptionals. Over the centuries, human exploitation has reached the extreme level, which is tantamount to abuse and misuse of Earth's resources, as a result of which these natural resources have gone down to an unsustainable level. Due to indiscriminate over-exploitive human development, Earth and its rich flora and fauna are facing large-scale destruction and extinction, already extinction. And lots of hundreds of species of animals, that is animals, have already extincted, causing a disturbing lack of balance in the natural environment. Forest planting is important. Lots of paragraphs or essays you have already prepared, made, and even faced in your text or in your exams. Forest planting is important. You can make yourself. Development of forest planning in India. This is already taken in our constitution, in our Indian constitution. Article 48 of Constitution of India provides that the state must take action to protect and improve the environment and to conserve the forest and the wildlife that enrich India. In our constitution, it is clearly said, instructed, and we have all people of India of it. Until over the last 4 decades, when catastrophic depletion of India's forest has been occurring so large that large tracts of land officially designed as forest land are virtually useless, according to a recent report of the Indian Parliamentary Estimates Committee. Okay. Study by the United Nations. And the last one, a warning has been issued by the United Nations following a 3-year study using satellites and aerial photography, saying that the natural environment has deteriorated so badly that the deterioration has become critical in many of the 88 countries investigated. It is seen, it is found. Impact of human population on environment, and in our modern society or modern world, I think, to me, population, overpopulation, huge population itself is the main cause for disbalancing our earth, for ill, making ill our earth, making the earth worse. The explosion in human population is one of the major factors causing distortion of the future of the human society. World population was a billion around the year 1800, billion. After an unchecked growth in human population over the century, the present world population, human population is estimated at 5.7 billion, 1 billion since the 1800, 1800, that is the in 19 for the 19th century, it was only 1 billion, and now 5.7 billion. See, from the beginning, from the beginning to 1800, only there was 1 billion, and from 1800 to 2020, it has become 5.7 million. Development itself will be impossible if the current increase in human worth continues unchecked. It is clear that the choice is between control of population and the perpetuation of poverty and related social evils. If we cannot check population, we mean whole world, not only our Indians, and not only another particular people of the country, the whole population of the world. The population in India is an alarming 920 million, more than those of Africa and South America put together. When we imagine, when we see these, sometimes we cannot believe that the more than those of Africa and South America put together, we are more. The environmental future in India looks bleak. Okay. After a few minutes, I will give you some question and prepare the questions, and you can send me in my own WhatsApp number, and I will check your question. Okay. By see, I'm giving some questions. Okay. You must prepare, and on next Monday, we are going to class again. Thank you.